ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. To not burn everyone's eyes, Liam has promised to turn the Gnabry shirt because it's bothering me. Like, I'm just, look at that. The world is normal again. Like, yeah, I get it. You like Gnabry, but on that 20 mil a season, doing absolutely nothing, we're a charity at this point, man. We're just giving money to everyone. We're feeding hungry villages in Senegal with Sadio Mane's wages because it's clearly not for any footballing ability he has. But, guys, there's a big Kane update, and I'm joined once again by Liam from the Bayern View. How are you doing, Liam?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good, man. Doing good. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah. It was fun last time. We got to learn that you're Tuchel out, and it was crazy to me because look, Thomas Tuchel just got in here, and you already want him out. Crazy! You're a reactionary fan. You should join AFTV. They're gonna say that. Well, yeah, it is a W, the Kane update, because, and the reason I'm milking this Kane thing is because one, it gets the views it's cooking right now. So, but the big news is sources are indicating that Daniel Levy is pricing Kane at 120 million pounds. That's pounds, right? That's the symbol for pound?
Yeah.
All right. Damn. Almost double that of Bayern's latest approach. With Kane able to leave for nothing next summer, there's hope at Bayern that they can secure the striker for a deal below Daniel Levy's asking price. Now, the reason I consider this a W is because this entire time while we were pursuing Kane, all the sources, all the reporters were saying, and this is from the Daily Mail, so this is actually authentic, I'd say. All the British reporters were saying Tottenham's going to reject any attempt. They don't want Kane to go. They don't price Kane at anything. But now they're saying, we do have a price for him, 120 million pounds, which will never happen. But the reason I consider this good news is because in negotiation, when your negotiating partner starts giving you hints that, hey, I want this deal to happen, I'm going to sell Kane, that tells me that something's getting closer here. Daniel Levy is being told in his ear. I don't know how accurate I am, but I'm a genius. So, chess grandmaster over here, the Magnus Carlsen of football. I'm a genius. So, what I'm saying is, there might be a possibility that Kane is whispering in Levy's ear, "Yo, I want to leave," and Levy is pushing a huge chunk. He knows Bayern ain't paying that. That's basically our transfer budget this season. Our transfer budget is 150 million euros. This is 120 million pounds, which is almost the same amount, right?
Yeah, it's 140 euros.
Right.
140 million euros. Yeah.
They know we're not spending our entire summer's budget on one signing. But the fact that these numbers are coming out means Levy understands this deal is about to happen. And Kane will put pressure on Spurs. For now, Kane is like, maybe this 80 million bid isn't going to work. But when Bayern sent in that last bid, I imagine Bayern calls Kane and says, we're sending in our final bid. We don't know if we can improve from that. And by setting this high amount, Tottenham are trying to squeeze any money they can. They know they're not getting 120 million pounds on Kane. Kane is a man with a year left on his contract. And yeah, he's one of the best strikers in the world, but he has a year left on his contract. Who cares? And I think there might be something going on here. What do you think? Keep talking, I can hear you.
Yeah, if I know exactly where you're coming from, without a doubt, I know exactly where you're coming from. Them saying that they're going to reject this and that there's no price and all of this. For me, I think I'm just a bit bored of this situation, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, bored of the whole situation in the fact that. I know that obviously you don't like Vlahovic, and we'll get back onto Kane because I know this video is about Kane.
We could talk about Vlahovic, but
come on, basically that it would already be done.
Why are you talking to that man?
Nah.
Nah, look, the streets are saying
don't do me like that.
The streets are saying he's like a neo-Nazi because I don't know. The streets are saying he says Serbia is Kosovo, something like that. So, like, you're twerking for this man. You love him. What's about? I
would just like someone that could speak.
You think Vlahovic can speak?
He'd be able to speak better than Harry Kane.
Okay, look, I like players whose footballing ability does the speaking for them. I don't see Vlahovic as a bowler.
How are you going to do me
Look,
like
I understand Kane has absolutely zero ability when it comes to the English language, despite being born in the capital of English, like England. But I will say he is a far superior footballer in every regard to Vlahovic. He's a better finisher. They have the same amount of pace, but Kane uses his better. Kane is better physically. I remember England versus France. Kane manhandled Upamecano. Like, now I can admit it because we're linked to Kane. But chat, when I was watching that game, I was hyping up Upa like, what a pass. But Kane was cooking Upamecano. He was handling him like nothing. He would just be on his shoulder, bang, barge him out, and he was just threatening. Like, that's the kind of striker that I think we want. Vlahovic, on the other hand, he could develop, and who knows, maybe his first touch becomes significantly better. And I don't know. The chat's saying neo-Nazi in Munich. Like, they're saying that would be a bad look.
On Kane being better at this moment in time, he's better. I have to give you that one. But do you not think though, like Vlahovic's only on 23, so he's still got 7 years.
24, yeah.
So yeah, 6-7 years.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Who elevates our team more? Who comes in and is the guy already? Yeah, I don't know why you're thinking about this one. This is not hard. This is not a chess calculation. This is not E4, E5. Nah. Look, it's Kane. Kane comes in, and he's already that guy. My man, I mean, look, he hasn't won all these 50 gazillion trophies, but my man scored 30 goals in one of Spurs' worst season in recent years. 30 goals. Who do you know that can score 30 goals while their team is crap? And he played every single game apart from like one or two. So Kane, man.
Good point.
I'm not going to lie. Look, Liam, your guy Vlahovic might take an L here because I don't know what he does better than Kane. Like, in your opinion, what does he do better than Kane apart from he's already younger, which isn't like a skill set. It's just your age.
No,
like,
I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from, and I can't answer that question.
Okay, but who would you prefer between the two? Like, if you had to pick for a fair deal, we know Kane's going to cost more than Vlahovic. Yeah, so whatever the amount the word fair means for Kane and fair means for Vlahovic, who would you prefer between the two?
Vlahovic.
Okay, so if we got a fair deal for Vlahovic and a fair deal for Kane, congruent with their ability level and their position in world football, you would prefer Vlahovic?
Yeah. Personally.
You watch him like you'd be watching Juventus and their 20-point deductions?
Yeah. Watching that? It just annoys me that he's in such a crap team. Like,
well, when he was at Fiorentina, he wasn't really like catching my eye like that either. But, okay, I will give Vlahovic something. He is like Lewandowski was when we got him from Dortmund. Good goal scorer, but wasn't the guy he became years later. So maybe you can say, Vlahovic isn't that bad technically, but he can be molded to become a superior footballer. But the problem with this is I want a player that elevates this team. I don't want another like almost player. I'm tired of these guys. I want a player that comes in and is that guy already. Yeah, I want Kane I want the Musiala Kane link. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I can't go against that.
Okay. I mean, you can't because Kane is a superior footballer to Vlahovic. And also, I think buying Kane is better for Matisse Tell, who, by the way, Bayern want to be a future player for us, a future star. And I believe he has the thing to do what he does, or to do it. I think he has the cojones, the ball sack. He can do it, man. When Matisse Tell starts releasing semen, on opponent boxes is going to be crazy. Like that's what am I even saying? This is a 17-year-old kid. This what am I saying? What am I saying? Chat pause. Chat pause. But I think for now, the interest that Daniel Levy or the words that I'm hearing from Levy are indicating to me that something is in the works. For Levy to be setting prices when just days ago it was Kane is untouchable, he'll never leave, and now it's Kane ain't really untouchable if you pay this amount. Then he's not untouchable. You're telling me you look in negotiation. Both parties come in with a set goal of what they want. Spurs know they're not going to get that money. Levy knows that. So he's going to probably increase the amount he thinks he can get by like 40%. And that's this number right here. He probably would accept something around 100 million euros for Kane, which is how much is that in pounds?
That is 100 million euros.
Because Bayern have been sending in 85 million pounds. I think Levy goes, I'm going to lose this guy for free. Because, look, Kane can only be so patient. This guy's been at your club for 10 years. His career's come into an end. This is a big contract for him. He'd make more money at Bayern than Spurs. He's going to want to leave. Oh, he's 18? It's all good. Matista was 18. So 85 million ain't terrible. 87 million ain't terrible. Million pounds, which is 100 million euros. And I think a deal structure like that works. And Kane gives us 4 years of world-class performances, plays till he's 33. I think he's such a technically gifted footballer where I think he could play beyond that. I think we might be cooking something here. And also, Pontanoglu, Spurs' coach, was asked a question. But let's finish reading this thread here. But given the current financial level of Bayern's efforts to sign Kane, the likelihood of the German side even getting close to 100 million, a fee that could bring Levy to the negotiating tables, appears small. Bayern now have a decision to make over how they continue their pursuit of the striker, with executives assessing whether to play the long game. And that's another thing. Bayern could say, all right, we're not going to get Kane anytime soon, but we can wait, last 2 weeks of the transfer window, and Spurs can't. They're going to be in a risky position because Kane can start negotiating with clubs from January, and we're only 4 months from next year. I mean, 5 months, but if you really think about it, and go down, like the transfer window moves fast. And then the player plays for you for a few months, Christmas time. Next thing you know, Kane PSG, Kane Madrid, Kane Bayern. And now you're losing him for free. And there's going to be clubs offering him a lot more money because Bayern are going to put the money they would have put on a transfer fee to pay his agent's fee, that sign-on bonus, and to increase his wages. The money we would have been spending on that transfer goes directly to Kane. Kane would prefer that than to just stay at Tottenham for a few more years. Every player would realistically love to be a free agent because you get way more money. Yep. No one has to buy out any contract. If you're a Twitch streamer and you're doing 20K viewers concurrent, you would love to be a free agent. You don't want to be tied up to anything, because if a site like Rumble or Kick come for you, they just pay you straight. You don't have to negotiate with Twitch to release you. They just pay you. So I think that's the thing Spurs need to avoid here. So maybe Bayern go, let's just wait. Let's wait last 2 weeks of the transfer window. And maybe Levy's going to go, hey, I know I said no a bunch of times, but I'm desperate now, I'm desperate. So what do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Do you not think though, with the whole, if we do wait, do you think that would mess up our season though?
I mean, yeah, there is actually a thing. That's a good point, because you want these players training together. Every club understands that. But for some reason, Bayern are so, I don't know. We always make the mistake of maybe signing players a bit too late or a bit too early. That's a thing too. We announce players first week, not even the first week of the transfer. Like we'll announce a player before the transfer window opens, and there's no hype. I think what the club should have done with a few signings like Guerrero was announce them like around now, so the fans get excited. But you announced them weeks ago. It doesn't feel the same. But I think you're right. The same thing happened with De Ligt. I mean, De Ligt, it was a weird circumstance how my man got off the plane, went to Munich, took pictures, got on the plane to the US, and played hours later after getting off the plane, barely slept, and he was already playing in a preseason game. You do want the excitement built from preseason with fit players. Madrid are doing it with Bellingham, getting their top signing early on so they don't have to worry about negotiating. Like sometimes you just pay the money and worry about other things later because then Kane gets to meet his teammates. But if he's meeting his teammates a week before the season starts, that doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, let's continue reading this. Bayern technical director Marco Nepp, who established contact with Kane's family and entourage, has belief that there is a commitment on the Tottenham striker's part to join Bayern. If Kane remains serious in that commitment, then Bayern will consider leaving the bid this summer to return in January when Kane is in the last few months of his contract. Maybe there's a scenario where Levy knows for a fact, but I don't want this either. I don't want this. We need a striker now. That's the thing. That's why I'm willing to pay the money. Because another season with no striker, Liam, Leipzig have Benjamin Sesko. They're going to sign Louis Openda. We're talking about really good strikers. And they have Marco Rosa. I mean, yeah, they lost Nkunku and Jabozle and are about to lose Vardio. But that club is so competent at replacing players that I'm scared we might not win the league next year because we're behind. And I want to win the Champions League. Yo, like 2024, that's 4 years with no Champions League if we don't get a striker. I mean, you could count that competition out. So we need a striker now. That's I don't want to wait January and February. I don't want to wait for free transfer. And Kane's going to be a year older. Kane at 29, okay, that's cool. I mean, he's 30 now, I think. But
yeah,
30, yeah, that's fine. It's not like you hit 30 as a player and you're just bad. It's a process. After like 33, you start losing some things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. I'm not trying to wait a whole year. Kane's 31. What's the point of that? What's the point?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like we have to get a striker now. Like we can't be waiting, and I think that is why the Vlahovic thing comes for me. Is that we could probably go and get him done and dusted, get that done, and have him in. Where this whole situation with Levy, he just, I don't know. Hashtag free Kane. That's all I'd say. He needs to free Kane because, like, otherwise I don't see us getting him. But you know, that's just obviously my opinion. And if we go and get him, then I'll be happy either way. So,
wait, damn, man, you really don't like this Kane? Dang, are you like excited that he's British?
Oh yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. But I just know what Levy's like. Like I thought he was going to City, and like even Harry Kane like stopped. He went on strike or whatever, and they still didn't end up getting him.
Yeah, and I think Kane needs to start making it clear to the higher ups at Tottenham that I need to leave. I think that's the only way that this whole thing works out. Yeah, Daniel Levy is a criminal. That man he's doing something to these players. Because why did Heung-min Son never push for a move? Because Spurs isn't like this prestigious organization with history. You weren't winning nothing. You were getting golden boots, but that's all you have to show for your 10 years of hard work every day on the training ground. All the drama that came with that is a golden boot. Jeez. Whatever, man. Yeah, Spurs are crazy. Someone said Leipzig are going for Folarin Balogun. Nah, that's if their pursuit of Openda fails, and Lens want 50 million, whereas Leipzig's willing. They offered 44 million. So if Lens want 50 million and Leipzig offered 44, I don't think Leipzig are going to just give up on their pursuit because of an extra 5 million. So I don't think I don't want to see Balogun in the Bundesliga. That guy's a bum. I know these Arsenal fans rate him highly, but he ain't that guy. I don't want to watch terrible. I like watching other Bundesliga teams, and I'm not trying to see Balogun in this league. He's a very average player.
It's like the comment Richard put in there. Levy acts like he's at a top football club. Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't blame him. Would you blame him? If he's trying to build a top football club, he should act like that. Imagine if every Bundesliga team decided we want to be like a top football club and started acting like it. If Man City want our players, they're going to have to pay up. If our players want to leave, they got to bring an offer we like. I think the problem here is these players are just, I don't know, they're willing to leave at clubs like Leipzig and Dortmund because that's their model. But Spurs doesn't want to be a selling club. Spurs wants to be a top 4 cemented club. The problem is they're Spurs, so they suck at all times.
Yeah, basically.
Pontanoglu, Spurs' new coach, had some interesting statements that I want to read out. He said, Harry is already an important figure in the history of this football club. He's one of the best players in the world. I want him here, and I want to make this club successful. I'm certain he wants that as well. And then he reiterates, or he furthers on and says, Pontanoglu asked if he had assurances from the club Kane is staying, and he said, no, I haven't had any assurances, and I wouldn't expect any. You're never dealing in definites with this kind of thing. What I know now is Harry is part of the squad and looking forward to coming back. And this is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that he's even given that statement. I don't like that he's comfortable saying, I don't know. I don't want him to think. Kane needs to make it clear that I want to leave. Because that's the only way this is going to work. Daniel Levy needs to go, ooh, he actually does want to leave. He ain't signing no new contract. Kane needs to write a letter to Levy if he doesn't want to upset anyone. Here's how he does it. Write a letter to Daniel Levy saying, I want to leave this club. I'm not signing a new contract. Send it to him. What's Levy going to do? Let's offer him a new contract. No, you can't, because he just said he's not signing it. And he should say, I'm leaving to Bayern. I want to go to Bayern. And then Spurs are going to go, wait, Bayern are sending in bids. Kane's pressuring us now. We just got to let him go. And I think we're getting to that point, though. I do think so, because if Levy's sending out signals of how much he's willing to go to, then that tells me he's willing to sell.
Yeah. And I'd be all for it. You are right, though. Like, he does need to say that he wants out, transfer request, whichever way you want to say it. The only problem is, because he's a lifelong Tottenham fan, I just don't think he's going to want to, do what Levy did and destroy that bridge, personally. But hopefully we get him. That's the plan.
Yeah, I hope so. Just to settle this whole saga, because it is annoying. It's like when we sold Lewandowski, except we were on the selling side. Where it's just like, just sell him. I think a lot of Spurs fans are just going to be like, yeah, why are we even here? Why are we wasting our time thinking this guy's going to stay? Just sell him. So now we're on the other side. This is how Barca fans felt. They felt like Bayern was saying, we're not selling him. We're playing with Lewandowski. He's going to be here. He has a contract here. It's the same thing Levy's saying. Oh, what's that? There was a voice.
I think my headphones cut out. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. It's the same thing we were saying to the media. We're saying we won't accept any bid. And then we sucked a lot of money out of Barcelona. It is unprecedented that we sold the striker at 34/35 years of age for the kind of money we sold him for. How old is Lewandowski now? He's turning 35 in August. And we sold him for 50 million. That's what this is about. How much money Spurs can get out of their deal. What time is the stream we're going to, guys? We're doing a stream on Liam's channel, the Bayern View.
10.
Just switch to that.
And 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right. Well, we got to end this one so we can just head over to that one. But last question for you. Like, what are your thoughts on the story that Bayern appreciate Tchouameni, meaning they watched my channel, because I'm on the Tchouameni propaganda. But they're saying they appreciate him, but the money, man. And the reason I think Tchouameni could be interesting is Madrid aren't an oil club like City or PSG. They actually have to balance their books. They're not Barcelona, so they don't like debt. They're debt-free. Appreciate FC. Yeah. We appreciate a lot. So, yeah, but Madrid aren't like these oil clubs. So they need to balance their books. They already signed Bellingham for $100 million. That's probably what their budget was for this summer. And now Mbappe is available, and PSG saying, if you're not going to sign a new contract, we're not losing you for free because you cost us a lot of money. So you got to go find a suitor now. Man United ain't going to buy him because I don't think Mbappe wants to go there. Spurs aren't buying him because I don't think Mbappe wants to go to Spurs. City don't need Mbappe. They're not even linked to him. Chelsea don't want him because Mbappe doesn't want them. So the only club I can think about is Madrid. Madrid are probably going to end up signing Mbappe. If that happens, let's say $100 million, they're going to need to sell a player, and I think Tchouameni makes sense because Camavinga is now he's literally. It's crazy how their 2 DMs are better than every DM we have. Because Camavinga, he's Tchouameni with even more technical ability, playing out of the back and all that. So Tchouameni could be the guy to go because he has the most value behind him. And they're not going to get rid of Valverde because he can play right wing. But then they can't sell Rodrigo or Vinicius. So Tchouameni is the only player in their team that they can sell for the kind of money they could buy Mbappe for, which is like $100 million, $150 million. And I think if Bayern went in with an offer, $100 million, they might turn their heads because they paid $80 million for this guy. Tchouameni is good. He's good enough. I think if you sign that guy, he's 23 and he's a perfect footballer already. He's already in his prime and will only get better. If you pay $120 million for him, I would not even care. I'd just be like, yeah, great. We got Tchouameni. 10 years of bowling. And then Arsenal want him. So I would love Tchouameni. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he would be the guy that would help Arsenal. I said Arsenal. He would be the guy to help Kimmich do what he wanted to do. Screw Arsenal.
The boys are doing the math. They're saying sell Pavard for 35, Mane 20, Goretzka 35. Hey, you don't think we could squeeze a nice little 50 million out of Goretzka?
I think we could squeeze more out of Mane as well, especially if he's going to Saudi.
Yeah. Come on, send some of that oil, that olive oil to Munich, man. Yeah. I mean, look, then we'll have a lot of money to spend. 100 million for Kane, 120 for Tchouameni. Well, but someone says Tchouameni ain't leaving, but you have to add context to this. Madrid they don't have that kind of money to just what Madrid do is they save up a bunch of money. I mean, they'll buy a player, 20 mil, 35 million. But when they go for their Galactico eras, they always have all this money and it looks like a lot. But really, they saved their budgets from different seasons, collected it, and decided, all right, we want freaking Kaká, we want R9, we want all these ballers at the same time. And that's how you have a Galactico era. Yeah. So don't think Madrid, just because they have a history of spending money, aren't interested in balancing their books. Madrid are fan-owned. They're just like us. They're not in any debt like Barcelona. They can't go into debt. They don't want to. So selling Tchouameni to Bayern, and they might get Hey, yeah, you're right. Mane's a Muslim. You get that Muslim tax. Mane might be 90 mil.
I love that picture as well, by the way.
Nah, man, stop. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. We're going on Liam's channel next. You'll be redirected to that. Mia and peace.